Hello and welcome to another edition of Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live. We have more action here at Dwyer Stadium after not having any games yesterday due to rain at Colbert Park in Newark, New York against the Pilots. However, we're back home today riding that big shutout win over the Elmira Pioneers just 2 days ago. As Batavia, if they win tonight, they're back to 500 here against the Niagara Power. Hello and welcome yet again. I'm Griffin Della Penna, bringing you along all of today's coverage here at Dwyer. Again, as Batavia riding a high after winning 2 out of 3 against the Elmira Pioneers from Thursday to Saturday. And even though they could not get over 500 yesterday due to the rainouts in Newark, they're still feeling pretty good. You can tell the morale in the locker room is extremely high, as they already are 5-3 against the Power this season. They look to add to that season total here tonight. Quickly, we will bring up the starting lineup presented by Tompkins Bank of Castile. You can see today's highlighted player is left fielder Daniel Burraway, as it is Burraway's 19th birthday here today. So we're very excited for him, and we want him to have a great game here tonight. We'll go through it quickly for you, as the man on the mound will be Blair Frederick. He has not had a start since early on in the season. It's been a long time since we've seen him back on the bump. It was actually in the doubleheader in late June where Blair was supposed to have a scheduled start in Game 2 of the doubleheader, and however, he had some arm discomfort, and we haven't seen him throw since then. Actually took a long time off from even playing in the outfield and being in the lineup. So we're glad that he's back. He's on the mound for Batavia here in this one. Starting things off will be Cam Connolly, tonight's extra hitter from Pepperdine. Spencer Marcus, who is top 5 in every single statistical hitting category in the PGCBL. He'll be batting second here for the Muckdogs. Mitch Fleming, second straight game that he'll be batting third in the Batavia lineup. Jerry Reinhart will be the cleanup hitter. He'll be tonight's designated hitter, with Abner Benitez following him, getting the start in center field. Benitez, his coach at Alabama State, really wants him to get some more looks in center field. That was a position that he played a whole lot for Alabama State back in his freshman season. Bryce Mortellaro will be behind the plate, as the Ranger College catcher has been a great backstop for Batavia, as he's still progressing hitting throughout this season. Charlie Ciccone, a guy that is on some draft radars. We'll see if he will be drafted tomorrow. He'll be tonight's shortstop, as we want to utilize him as long as we have him here in Batavia. Again, Daniel Burraway, he is the birthday boy here in this one. He's today's left fielder, batting 8th. Ethan Sarmiento will be tonight's third baseman, the Monroe College third baseman. Ethan Fresca will be the number 10 hitter for your Muckdogs, playing second base. Again, I mentioned how Batavia has had a lot of success against these Niagara Power batters this season, holding them to very few runs. And even though they have some very big-name schools comparable to Batavia, they've been very successful in limiting this offense that, again, coming into the season, they were favored as, one of the top few teams here in the West Division. As we'll quickly look at those West Division standings, as Niagara, even in their own right, even though they're sitting in 5th place at this current point in time, they are having a great season, as they won 2 out of 3 against the Jamestown Tarpskunks this past weekend. Again, the team that has ran away with the lead here in the West Division, as they now sit at 21-9. They're in first place, with Geneva still in second place, as they kind of slipped in there with Batavia having success against the Pios this past weekend. They're now 6 games out of first place and sit directly at 15-15. Elmira slid down to the number 3 spot, where Batavia's right on their tail, as both of those two teams are 6 games back. Just Geneva's played 2 more games than them. Elmira sitting at 14-14. Batavia, again, in 4th place, but they are right behind and threatening for the either 2 or 3 seed, depending on what they do here tonight, get back to 500 And Elmira not playing here tonight. Geneva as well. They could actually slide all the way to number 2 based off them playing the most amount of games and being a 500 ball club. Niagara is sitting at 13-17, 8 games back of first place. So things in the middle are very, very tight. And in last place and 6th place is the Newark Pilots, at 10-19. They are 10.5 games back, 3 of their last 7. Today it is a $1 dog night here at the stadium. Salen's hot dogs for $1. Can't get better than that. Pembroke Elementary School with some of their baseball players here in attendance, as well as one of their students singing the national anthem here tonight. And a great rendition of the national anthem right there by the nearby Pembroke City School District. You can see their mascot out there in the distance. He's actually throwing tonight's first pitch as well. Donnie the Pembroke Dragon out there to throw out the first pitch here tonight. Again, quickly, as Donnie will throw out the first pitch. Don't want to get in his way too much. We'll also bring up the schedule for the upcoming week for your Muckdogs. 4 home games. Tomorrow, one of the first off days that we've had in a while, not counting actual scheduled off days, with yesterday's doubleheaders getting postponed. You can see a whole lot of Elmira Pioneers games on there as well, with 2 games away at Dunn Field on Wednesday and Friday. A home game. We haven't played the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in feels like forever. They'll be home here at Dwyer Stadium on Stop DWI night, and then back home on Saturday to face off against the Newark Pilots for fireworks, and then 7-1-6 day at the ballpark with the Battle of the Badges game after that between our local fire and police department. They've been looking forward to that, and we can't wait to host that great event. So again, we'll pull this up throughout the game so you guys can get your plans settled to come out here to the ballpark. Blair Frederick again getting ready on the bump. He will be tonight's starting pitcher for Batavia, as so far this season, limited in the amount of starts that he's had due to those injuries. But 2 starts this year, 9 innings pitched, 8 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned, with 14 strikeouts compared to 7 walks for a 3 ERA. Again, a great young pitcher from Xavier University at Louisiana, one of the best NAIA programs in the country. He was a big part in making them the #1 ranked team in the country the past 2 years. Seen him do it with the bat. He's a great outfielder, but he can also do it on the bump as well. He will face basically a little bit different of a power lineup than I remember, as we've played the power, I'd say, the second most out of the other teams here in the West Division. Some guys playing some different positions. Noah Marcello is today's leadoff hitter. However, you mostly see him penciled in as a second baseman game in and game out. He'll be playing center field tonight. Aaron Greenfield playing third base, a little bit different there as well. And then Nick Balsano behind the plate, the Baylor catcher. So we're ready to get things underway. Pretty good time, 7:16 here. His first pitch will be a ball by Blair Frederick. Pretty solid weather here. Early on was a little nervous about what this game was going to hold, as the past 2 days Batavia's been getting an absurd amount of rain. However, our head groundskeeper Larry Hale did everything he could to make this game happen here tonight. As you can see, the field looks pretty dang good as well. 2-1 count here. Blair Frederick loves to work fast on the bump, and you can tell both of these teams wearing black jerseys. Just the one clear difference in the two. The power with the Digi Camo sleeves as well as the gray pants. 3-1 count here to Marcello. That pitch home outside corner, and they're going to grant the free pass here to Marcello. That pitch right on the corner. And starting his third appearance of the season with a walk. So now here's Aaron Greenfield, again, a guy that we mostly see in the outfield. He'll be playing third base. Campbellsville University, a Los Angeles, California native. So far hitting .227 this season. In the stretch is Blair. Pitch home. That one is low. First appearance of the season for Frederick on the mound was actually against these Niagara Power at Sal Maglie Stadium, as Frederick was a part of the no decision for him, as Batavia won that game 10-5. Taking his lead at first base is Marcello from Skyline College. He'll fake going there. He is a guy that you have to be weary of on the base paths. As Marcello hitting .250 now. He's kind of been hovering right around that mark all season long. That one chopped and gloved by Blair Frederick. The throw away as Charlie Ciccone couldn't get there in time, and now taking third base as well will be the lead runner in Marcello. That's going to create a not less than ideal scenario for Batavia, as they could have had a double play there. Now it turns into men on the corners with nobody out. It's going to be an error on the throw by Blair Frederick. That's a time where you want to get that lead runner, but you don't have to rush the throw. You're in the driver's seat. You made that great play. And that throw is a little costly, as Bryce Mortolaro is going to put on the play here. So a walk and then an E1, as Nick Balsano hitting .287. The Baylor Bear are the highest averages on this power team. Taking a pretty large lead over there is Greenfield. The pitch home, down the middle. In there for a strike. Again, the Muckdogs have had Niagara's number up to this point. Early on, they were tied up 3-3. In their last two meetings, Batavia has been on top, as that pitch is swung on and hit foul. Batavia won 4-0 here on our big fireworks night on July 3rd with over 3,100 Muckdog fans in attendance. So that was a great night. Held Niagara scoreless. And then in their last game, last Wednesday at Sal Maglie Stadium, Niagara got out to an early lead, and then the bases clearing double, which turned into an inside the park on an error, as the zone here tonight seems to be a little tight. Charlie Ciccone kind of broke that game open for Batavia as they won that game 6-3. So it's a 1-2 count. Pitch home. That one bounces to the plate as well. So still alive in this count is Balsano. On the season, the power catcher already with 16 hits. Not a lot of extra base hits, only one double to his credit with 7 RBIs. Trying to get a few more here. That pitch home swung on and hit out to right field. Spencer Marcus is going to glove that one. The Niagara University right fielder with a strong throw home. It's just going to be a little bit too late as Niagara will strike first here in this one with a sac fly by Balsano. So now Batavia does get their first out, but it comes at the cost of allowing Marcelo to score when he should have been out at second base on that ground ball caught by Blair Frederick. Nevertheless, a double play ball can still happen here. That one is fouled off the leg of Scott Orgren. Orgren, mostly a third baseman, playing second base tonight. So all around the diamond, some different positions being played. And again, the one interesting thing that I saw when I got the lineup from manager Stu Peterson here today is they're only batting 9 guys. And when you're typically a baseball fan, yeah, Griff, what do you mean? Nine guys is the norm. But with the PGCBL making that rule this past during the league meetings before the season started, and they approved the 10-man lineup, we've seen basically every team utilize that. There's a great pickoff right there by Blair Frederick, and going on first movement will be Greenfield, and he'll be nabbed at second base. Nice pickoff there, and Mitch Fleming with the strong throw to get the out at second base. So now there's 2 down, nobody on in a 0-1 count. So that if you're scoring that at home, a 1-3-6 right there. Strike 2 on the swing and miss by Orgren. But really, I don't remember another time this season where a team has not batted 10 guys due to the fact that it allows you as a coach to have a little bit more flexibility in creating opportunities for certain guys to get at-bats that they necessarily wouldn't be having if there's just a 9-man lineup. Stu Peterson maybe just trying to switch things up. I'm also not sure if this has been something that he's been doing in this little win streak, as that one again just misses the outside corner. We'll see if our home plate umpire is consistently not calling that for a strike. Seems like a pretty tight zone here to Frederick so far. The 1-2 home. Great breaking ball. And they're saying that he did go. And that will be a strikeout regardless. Nice block by Bryce Mortellaro, and he'll block that one up. So we'll head into the bottom half of the first inning. For you, I can put up the lineup, as now you have a little bit better idea of what to expect. Cam Connolly, Spencer Marcus, and Mitch Fleming, the first 3 due up against Emilio Flores. We'll talk a little more about Flores when we get back here. And you're watching Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live.
Wasted
we go. Yep, sorry about that, guys. Appears that I lost my audio real quick there and just had to get that back for you. In the meantime, Cam Connolly hit a ball up the middle, and it was out number 1. And then Spencer Marcus was beamed on a pitch there. Everything happened a little quick there, and again, my apologies for that. So they're actually going to talk this over if Marcus was actually hit by that one. Regardless, Cam Connolly was the first out. And Mitch Fleming getting some extra time to listen to Goofy Goober rock. We're going to say that Marcus will stay at first base. We have a little bit more time to talk about Mitch Fleming. He is a guy that has been red hot at the plate with an extremely high slugging percentage, and he's just been raking at the plate. Been recognized as one of the top hitters in the PGCBL in the last week with a 2-home run performance against the Pios at Dunfield. Would have had a third, but it was actually a foul ball. So he's been extremely impressive. Second pitch home outside. Oh. Oh, and actually they called it a strike, and that one was way out there. Actually took Balsano a little bit with him. Didn't even stick that one, and comparable to the calls Blair Frederick was getting, that one would have absolutely been a ball. So the 0-2 now, that one bounces to the plate. As a little bit more on Flores, he has had a few starts already this year. 4 starts, 19 innings pitched with 21 hits allowed, 11 earned runs, 16 strikeouts compared to 10 walks for a 5.21 ERA. Runner goes, the throw will not be in time, and easily stealing that bag will be Spencer Marcus. Again, he does have a Niagara connection with him being a Niagara University outfielder. So Marcus with that stolen base, that'll be his 8th of the year. Also creates a 2-2 count here for Mitch Fleming. Back in the stretch is Flores, rocking number 0. Love to see that inside pitch, no dice. Creates a full count opportunity here for Fleming. Got Flores from the College of San Mateo, right-hander from Burlingame, California. A lot of these guys on this team are from the California area, specifically around Los Angeles, due to the proximity of Stu Peterson, the head coach, being from that area. Knows a lot of players there. The payoff pitch, that one's low. There's a free pass now for Mitch Fleming. So after back-to-back walks, Jerry Reinhardt now in a good spot to have Batavia answer to that early deficit that they now face. The Akron Zip third baseman now hitting .228 on the season. As this past week, put together some good at-bats, got himself a few line drive hits all across the diamond. The first pitch home to him, he swings at that one. That one is going to be a fair ball, and that's actually going to be safe. That one popped right out of the glove of Aaron Greenfield at third. Again, we normally don't see him there. Tries to field that one on the backhand. It actually trickles over the third base bag, and then sliding in safely will be Spencer Marcus. So bases are now loaded here, and Reinhardt reaches on the error. So both teams now have an error. Still looking for the first hit here in this one. Trying to deliver that first hit is Abner Benitez. In his last start, had a 0 for 3 performance with 3 strikeouts. Was actually not in the lineup this past Saturday. And for a guy that has been a staple in this lineup, hitting .291 this season, is more of a expression from the coaching staff that, you are a great player. Don't get me wrong, you're one of our best hitters, but I think it might have humbled Benitez in a sense. And he knew it. He came right up to me, as I always have the lineups before the games. He came up to me. He's like, "Am I in the lineup tonight?" And I just politely shook my head no. And he's like, I figured with a performance like that, I don't really deserve to be. He's swinging a new Mo bat now. And he's in a big spot here against Emilio Flores. That slider, late strike call. So Benitez at the dish, Bryce Mortellaro on deck, and in the hole is Charlie Ciccone. Again, just one out in the inning. The 0-1, big swing and a miss there, expanding the zone. Just kind of wailing at that one. Skip Martinez, the third base coach for Batavia, just telling him right there, swing away. Don't expand the zone. You're a good hitter. You know what you're doing here. That pitch home swung on, hit high and deep, but way foul down the right field line over the visitors' clubhouse. So the Power did put up one run in the top of the frame, as Noah Marcelo had that leadoff walk, and the ball hit back to Blair Frederick. That throw that was a little arid and pulled Ciccone off the bag as he was running towards the bag, just let him a little bit too much. Ball trickled into the outfield, and with that error, created a situation for Nick Balsano to just hit a ball in the outfield with nobody out, 2 men on. That brought home today's first run of the ball game. Still battling in the 0-2 count is Benitez. There's a pitch that was close to the outside corner, a little backdoor slider there. 1-2 to Benitez. It's back set. Trying to work his way back into the count is Abner. This pitch home, swung on, hit high, out to the left fielder, Aaron Green. They're going to send Spencer Marcus. He does have some wheels, and he will score without even sliding there. Standing up. And again, same situation there. Error creates a situation for the RBI sac fly. And your score is now tied up 1-1. Nice at bat there for Abner Benitez that found himself in an 0-2 hole. Battled all the way back as your score is now tied at 1 apiece. Another guy that's been swinging good at the plate, Bryce Mortellaro. Again, with that RBI for Benitez, that'll be his 16th of the season. First pitch swing in there is Mortellaro. Fouls that one away. Again, if you're just joining us, if you are a Niagara Power fan, thank you for watching here today. Love to have everybody across the PGCBL on my broadcasts. Maybe a little different since the last time you heard me. Some new audio equipment and some new visual effects that I've been doing, just trying to get better with every broadcast here. The 0-2 swung on, hit in the same spot as that first foul ball. Just needing to speed things up here. Again, Dollar Dog Night at Dwyer Stadium for a Monday. Can't complain with this crowd, as there are at least over 1,000 people here. I would just say over this entire season. Some amazing crowds. We've just been so blessed with everybody that has attended as that ball gets through. Being waved around to score is Mitch Fleming, and now Batavia is up by 1 run here. Little 2-out rally as Mortellaro didn't try to do too much there, just put the ball right back up the middle, and middle infielders couldn't get there in time as Mortellaro gets the first hit of the day for Batavia, as well as his 10th hit of the season and 7th RBI. So Mitch Fleming scoring from second base. And again, same situation with 2 men on, 2 outs. Charlie Ciccone, a big pull hitter. The Power realizing that. Scott Orgren, today's second baseman, playing a little bit deeper and over towards first base just a tad. That 1-0 swung on, and that's trickled, and it's going to be a fair ball with Ciccone's speed. He's going to get there easily. He's trying to get the out at third was Flores, but hey, again, not trying to do too much there. He's putting the ball in play. Back-to-back hits with 2 outs now. Second time this inning that we've had bases loaded as well. And here is the birthday boy, turning 19 here today, the Elvin Community College outfielder slash first baseman. First pitch he sees is up and it. Be a pretty good birthday present with your first at-bat of the day, getting, extra base hit, maybe some RBIs to your credit. Currently hitting .247 so far this year. This runs the count to 2-0. Pretty good clip considering that came out of the gates red hot, kind of went through a little lull, and he's working his way back, trying to be an everyday guy in the lineup yet again. He's getting a great opportunity here tonight as works the count to 3-0. Reinhardt, the lead runner at third. Bryce Mortellaro at second. Charlie Ciccone at first. So that one is in there for a strike. So swing away now here, Danny. As the home fans would be ecstatic. The 3-1 swung on, hit out towards center field. That one will be tracked, and good contact there by Burraway, but making the catch is Noah Marcello. Playing a little bit farther back as 3 runners stranded on base there. However, Batavia does have the lead here in this one now. 2-1 is your score with a long first inning here in the books. We will be right back here on YouTube Live as we'll take a quick break with Blair Frederick back on the mound for Batavia. So we are back here on YouTube Live as getting things started here will be Will Carlone, today's DH, hitting a .242 clip. As now Niagara's trying to respond after getting the lead in their first ups. Batavia regaining that lead. A beautiful night here at Dwyer Stadium. That pitch swung on, hit over to second base as Ethan Fresca will glove that one. Making the stretch there is Mitch Fleming for the first out. So here is Ethan Payne, the Tennessee Volunteer first baseman. Came out of the gates red hot. We were actually here for the first game that Ethan played. Was hitting 400 for a long time. By no means is he completely fell off the face of the earth. Still hitting 286. And a lefty-on-lefty matchup here today. Probably the reason why he got bumped down in the lineup a little bit. So we've seen him and Rhett Maynard be some late additions to this power team that have really helped them get back into the chase for the playoffs. Back-to-back strikes there for Frederick. Again, Cole Gabrielson, a guy that has been pretty crucial to their offense, hitting .311. Rhett Maynard hitting .281. Brock Rudy, a guy that I really like, the catcher from Utah. Not playing tonight, but he's had some really good games against Batavia. Just a very talented lineup, top down, with some big-name schools. And the 1-2 fanned on, and Blair Frederick gets his second strikeout here of the night. So after that error, he's really came back into his own. And since that, he's actually retired the rest of the power in order. Backdoor change, or excuse me, curveball. Misses to Casey Sauke, the Rochester native. And he'll be attending University of Virginia in the fall. Very talented guy that's actually been committed to Virginia since I played him back in high school, and that was already 2 years ago. So he was a sophomore at the time. Actually believe he might have committed as a freshman. Verbally committed, that is, because you're not technically allowed to until your junior year anyway. So here is the 2-1. There, Frederick delivers that one home, gets a fly ball hit over to the right side. Chasing after it is Ethan Fresca. He tiptoes down the baseline that time and makes the catch. So 1-2-3 goes Blair Frederick here in the top of the second inning. That'll bring up the bottom of the Muckdog order with Ethan Sarmiento and Ethan Fresca, the man that just made 2 plays that past inning. Then bringing up the top of the order with Cam Connolly. So we'll see Flores back on the mound, just also trying to bounce back from his last inning as well. You're watching Batavia Muckdog Baseball here on YouTube Live.
Cause I still love you. Without you, I'm just a mess, so yeah. What you do just makes my head spin, oh yeah. So put your loving on me and I'll take it slow. And we can dance through the night to the radio. I'm not feeling so high off the ground, but when I look in your eyes, it's like there's nothing around, oh no. How could you do this? You're such a mystery. You cover the bruises and make me feel relief. All your love and nothing more. You left my heart out on the floor, and I can't live if it ain't true. Cause I still love you. Cause I still love you.
And after just a few warm-up pitches, Emilio Flores is ready to go, as he will be The leadoff hitter, Ethan Cerimento, the former UMass Lowell corner infielder, now at Monroe College. Big swing and a miss there. And again, he's a guy that's kind of coming back into his own, as coming into his first weekend here. Everybody thought he was going to be penciled in as the everyday four-hitter, was hitting balls all over the park. Definitely didn't have his ideal start to the season, but has worked extremely hard to make some adjustments at the plate, change his swing, and was an extremely hard worker. So we're glad to have that progress already show for him. That one misses high. Good eye there by Sarmiento. So again, it will be Sarmiento, Ethan Fresca, as that one's a high hit over towards the bullpen. Just a little early on that one, showing off the type of power that he does have.
Nice job by Bat Boy, Royce Wilson.
Do have a Bat Boy here tonight, helping out our clubhouse manager, Eric Mozicki. So still in a 1-2 count here. It's changing to that Mo bat that he just received this past weekend. Inside pitch, and they're gonna, eek. That one was way in there. As that's the one thing that, you know, I could care less personally what the strike zone is. If a ump behind the plate favors a certain part of the zone, I just want them to be consistent with it, and that's something that so far here tonight haven't really seen yet. So after the strike three call on Sarmiento, Ethan Fresca, another guy that had a slow start in the beginning of the season that has been getting some more opportunities as of late, taking full advantage of them. For the first pitch ball, that one swung and it's hit hard to the backstop. So the count is 1-1 here, as the sun is kind of peeked out from the distant clouds out there in left field. Just kind of poking that one out to center field is Fresca, making a jumping catch is tonight's center fielder Noah Marcello. So 2 quick outs. Cam Connolly's going to be up here with 2 outs as he grounded out to Casey Sauke. First pitch misses, and that's something so far we have not seen Flores do, is get ahead in counts. Establish that first strike. Swing and miss there by the Lincoln University, PA native, as that one swung on and hit over to the right side. Chasing after it is Ethan Payne. Kind of stutter steps there, but ends up making the catch. So after a 3 up, 3 down top half of the inning, same thing happens here for Batavia. So 2 down already. We'll head into the 3rd inning here. Running out is Blair Frederick for Batavia, as they still have the lead in this one, 2-1.
In a cold, dark December, it's hard to remember good times from every endless night that we had spent together. But as soon as I feel the sun beating down, it all starts coming back. As I'm laying under the sheets awake from slumber, it's all a blur, those city lights. It used to shine with wonder, but as soon as I hear the starts coming back. I think of you every time I think of summer. I'll never find another quite like you, quite like you. I think of you every time I think of summer. Had one shot to be
Quick little Cotton Eye Joe by our Diamond Dance team here at the stadium. Just had their KMS dance night this past weekend, celebrating their 5th year anniversary for the head instructor, Erica Grazio, playing. That does such great work, and we're so happy to have that relationship with them, as they actually hosted their first ever dance camp here at the stadium earlier today, which was a complete success. So they've already had a few little dances that they learned here today. And now it'll be Alex Green and Nate Manning again. Niagara only going with the 9-man traditional lineup, as that one was a chopper hit over to Sarmiento and not being able to glove that one. So there will be a leadoff hit for Alex Green. Again, Green will be a teammate of Casey Sauke next year at Virginia. Very prestigious program. Made it to the College World Series this year after a few years of a hiatus. Won it back in 2016. There's a great curveball there by Blair Frederick. So again, the number 9 hitter. We'll also see the 10-man lineup. Here's Nate Manning. The throwback, not in time. Manning attends University of Cal Berkeley, going into his junior season there. Another look over, saying that he's safe. As we've seen this power team struggle on the base pass, with Nate Hinckley picking 4 base runners off for Niagara in one game, in a 7-inning game, something that I've never seen before. Running into some rundowns and getting thrown out at second base. Saw already in this one Aaron Greenfield get picked off on first movement. Similar move there. But getting back smartly there is Green. So after a few throws over, let's see if Frederick is just going to deliver home. He will. Another nice pitch there. Glove by Mitch Fleming. They're going to throw it down, try to get him out. And, ooh, that was very close. They're trying to tag him. He thought that he is out. Well, there you go. So originally I think they called him safe, and then he got off the bag, and Blair Frederick was jumping up and down saying, tag him, tag him. And there's another one of those miscues right there that I was just mentioning that you can't have, especially in a close game early in this one when you're trying to build some momentum. You already have your bottom half of the order, just got a leadoff hit, could have a runner in scoring position. And now you have the top of the lineup with nobody on. One runs inside for ball 1. So Mitch Fleming gloves that one, steps on first, throws it over, barely getting his foot there. In time was Alex Green, but for some reason he must have thought he was out, went off the base, and tagging Green at second was Charlie Ciccone to complete that double play. There's the 3-6 double play. So here is a 1-2 count now to the power leadoff hitter that's scored their only run of the ball game. Changeup misses outside. Great spot there for a swing and miss, or a roll over right in front of the plate. Smartly not tempted at that one. was Marcelo. Try it one more time. There's a slider that looked like it was on a string darting back to the zone. Fouled the way off to the right side. So Batavia starting off a very crucial week for them to get back into the top 2 seeds here in the West Division. Try to nab one of those playoff spots as the 2-2 is popped up into center field. It's hit high over to Benitez. He'll glove that. And limiting the damage yet again is Blair Frederick, as the score will continue to be 2-1. We will thank our first batch of sponsors here in this one. We'll go with Eli Fish, Ficarella's Pizza, and Batavia Downs. And a big thanks to our sponsors, Batavia Downs. And a big thanks to our sponsors, Batavia Downs Gaming. Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel is the area's premier entertainment destination with great restaurants, events, and on-site hotel. They also host the hottest concerts this summer with the Rockin' the Downs Summer Concert Series each Friday night. Be sure to check them out and get tickets at BataviaConcerts.com. Also, thank you to Ficarella's Pizza. Ficarella's Pizza of Batavia is where you can get your fix to satisfy your cravings for piping hot pizza, scrumptious subs, and mouth-watering wings. Every Friday, enjoy Ficarella's fabulous fish fry. Don't forget the fixed plate, fat wraps, and all your favorite pasta dishes, and they have blueberry and raspberry barbecue sauce that tastes great on wings. So when you have that craving for delicious food, get your fix at Ficarella's Pizza on Liberty Street in Batavia. And lastly, thank you to Eli Fish Brewing Company, the home of the Muckdog Ale. And again, that was a big thanks to Eli Fish Brewing Company, the home of the Muckdog Ale, one of the best craft beers that I've ever had. Ficarella's Pizza, again, a huge sponsor for us that helps feed the players. We always go to Ficarella's. And then Batavia Downs Gaming and Hotel, another huge sponsor. Talking about those, the summer concert series, I'll also put up that graphic for you in the next half of the inning, just in case you're in town and want to see some of the action, as well as just gamble a little bit with the slot machines at Batavia Downs. Always a good time. So starting things off again, Spencer Marcus has that hit by pitch, stole second base, and scored the first run here for the Muckdogs. Big swing and miss there against Emilio Flores. That's still in this ball game. Both pens still no action yet. Still very early in this one with a 2-1 score. Batavia out in front. Again, a little bit more on the Niagara University outfielder. He's tied for first in the entire PGCBL with 22 RBIs. Third in hits with 36 and 12th in average coming into the day at 330. Swung on, chopped off to the left side. Marcus has had a lot of success against the power, especially at Sal Magley Stadium. Had a 3-hit performance in their first meeting since then. And not surprising that he has been one of Batavia's best players, as that one's hit over to the right fielder here tonight, Nate Manning. We'll retire the first out here in the bottom half of the third inning. Another guy with a whole lot of success as of late, Mitch Tank Fleming here. He also walked and scored the other run for the Dogs. So with one out, nobody on, Mitch Fleming from Batavia University, Division II school. Originally from Milton, Georgia. He's told me a story. I believe that I've said it on the broadcast, but it just made me think with the MLB draft occurring last night. Well, starting last night, still happening right now during All-Star Weekend. Back-to-back pitches taken there by Fleming. with him being a Georgia boy. Another guy that was from Georgia, Jack Leiter, the Vanderbilt star right-handed pitcher that was selected number 2 overall by the Texas Rangers. Mitch actually knew him, was in a 16-year-old tournament, a perfect game tournament, which has a lot of the best players in your state. And Jack Leiter actually hit Mitch Fleming in the face with a fastball at 16 years old. The pitch was 90 miles an hour, which thankfully Mitch was okay. But still, he told me after that when Leiter signed with Vanderbilt and committed there, told him, congratulations, don't know if you remember me. I was the guy that you hit in the face, and he did remember. So that's a story that Fleming will remember for a long time. And that one was Flores' second strikeout of the day. As Jerry Reinhart comes up with 2 outs. Jerry did reach on that error by the new third baseman for the Power, Aaron Greenfield. And that pitch for a strike is establishing that first pitch strike now is Flores, getting into much better of a groove. As if you look over down the first baseline, it's a ball that went out into play by some fans. Again, on a Monday night, very big crowd here in attendance. Oh, one big hack again by Reinhart. Being much more efficient is the Power starter now in Flores. The 0-2 home, watched at low. So Flores trying to get his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Right-hander, San Mateo College, as that one's chopped over to Casey Sauke. He's going to glove that one, throw it over in time. Reinhart got down the line pretty quick, but that will be the end of the third inning. So we'll head into the fourth with Blair Frederick still holding that lead for Batavia, as all of the runs so far in this one were scored back in the first. Batavia still up in this one 2-1 here at Dwyer Stadium on Dollar Dog Night at the stadium.
When the darkness takes my mind, when my eyes are filled with tears, then you're here, 'cause you're my safety net. When I fall, you pull me back again. You turn everything from dark to light, from black to white. I'm always set, 'cause you're my safety net. Da, 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 'cause you're my safety net. When I'm lost and on my own, when I'm losing all control, when my heart is full of fear, lay your ear, 'cause you're my safety net. When I fall, you pull me back again. You turn everything from dark to light, from black to white. I'm always set, 'cause you're my safety net. Da, 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 da.
After a little debacle there on the base pass, as the Pembroke Dragon mascot actually just got kicked out of the game. Was talking to our base ump, and he was not appreciating it, so we kicked him out of the game right before a little on-field promotion game, the punt, pass, and kick for some of the younger Pembroke Dragons football team. Establishing the zone yet again is Blair Frederick. He's been dominant on the mound after his errors. That's a line drive out to left field. That's going to get down and roll all the way to the wall in the corner. Coming up with that one, nice throw by Daniel Burway, but that's going to be a stand-up double for Aaron Greenfield. So that will be the second hit of the night for Niagara. A good start to the fourth inning if you're the Power.
Catcher number 29, Nick Balsamo.
He's reached 2 times today, and I was about to mention before the hit was that error by Blair Frederick, and since then, Frederick was grooving. Man that has the only RBI tonight. He's already showing bunt. He's going to pull that back. The 1-0, that one check swung at to the protective netting off near the Niagara Power dugout. Also getting word that the reason why Niagara only going with 9 guys in the lineup, they actually only have 12 hitters currently on their roster, with this being the time of the year. Batavia's experiencing it just like every other team, with guys going home for numerous different reasons. Whether it's with their school, pitchers reaching their innings limit, or guys already getting injured. You can think of all of the imaginable reasons why. But right around midway point in the season, every team starts to have dwindling numbers as that one's hit out to right field yet again. Spencer Marcus with a strong throw right on the money. And that would have absolutely hosed Greenfield if he was tempted to go to third base. One out here as Scott Orgren. He struck out to end the first inning. And Joe Martinez coming out to talk to Blair Frederick. Again, a guy that, with 2 starts under his belt, has only gone 9 innings. So this 4th, 5th inning mark is kind of where you see the end in him. And with his arm so far this year, it's been a trouble as of late. Going to pull him with Batavia's numbers dwindling with their pitching staff. Manager Joe Martinez smartly not going to risk anything and draw him out later into the game. So Blair Frederick, with probably right around 50 to 60 pitches, is going to come out in this one. Trey Bacon will be the new Muckdog pitcher on the bump. We'll let the Tallahassee Community College right-hander warm up, and we'll be back here shortly here on YouTube Live.
Tell me why I tried. It's all for nothing, you're my only vice. My hands are tied and I'm not on your mind. Don't try to hide it, I'm not on your mind. On your mind. Is it obvious that I'm on the run? 'Cause I might have stayed if I let you break me. One more time, one more night, you and I.
And already ready here is Trey Bacon, the man on second base. Scott Orgren, number 4 hitter for the Power. His first pitch is in there for a strike by Trey Bacon. Again, Blair Frederick with 51 pitches. This is just a great time for him to get his feet wet again on the mound. Another guy that's been pitching in short segments. Hasn't really been a starter for most of the season, and that one almost hit a kid. Oof, that could have been really bad. So 0-2. Trey Bacon now on the bump. 7 appearances, 1 start with 14 innings. So not a guy that goes deep into games. Is really there for the Dogs in certain situations. Kind of a bridge guy. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. And nice start. If you're Trey Bacon, you get 2 down, trying to strand that game-tying run at second base. Will Carlone, tonight's DH, grounded out to Ethan Fresca to start off the second inning in his first at-bat here tonight. So far, Blair's final stat line as getting ahead with the curveball is Trey Bacon. Frederick with 3 1/3 pitched, 2 hits allowed with 1 total run. None of them earned, and 2 strikeouts. Taking a long look at Greenfield. Just going to step off. Taking the sign yet again. The 0-1, big lead out there for Greenfield. Another big swing and miss on the curveball. So Carlone jeopardizing leaving that runner in scoring position. As Carlone attends VCU from West Seneca, so staying at home for the summer. And the 0-2 tries to tempt him with the fastball low and away, which he does not swing at. Again, Carlone going into his sophomore season. Big mix of guys out in the West Coast with some local Buffalo guys in that greater Buffalo area. He's trying to get back to 500 and also make their way into this playoff push. That one's hit over to Ethan Sarmiento. That one eats him up, and being waved around to score will be Aaron Greenfield, as now the score will be 2-2. That will be a hit, so an RBI single for Will Carlone there. That ball was hit on the screws. Be the 4th hit of the day for Niagara. Trying to keep this inning alive will be Ethan Payne. Again, a guy that's very deadly at the plate. Struck out in his first trip due to that lefty-on-lefty matchup. You could just tell not very comfortable in that at-bat. And Payne, 286 hitter, 12 hits, 8 runs scored, 3 extra base hits, 4 RBIs. Just the one thing that you want to limit is in 42 at-bats, pretty high strikeout rate at 13. Foul tip there. Very long swing for a left-handed hitter. Tries to make that swing a little bit more compact. Have more success in it, and at least putting the ball in play. That's just not his type of game. Trying to hit the ball in the gap, but only with his 3 extra base hits. Doesn't really look so. So that one's hit high and in the infield. Upset with himself as Charlie Ciccone is going to grab that high fly ball to end the inning. So Trey Bacon cannot have that runner stationary at second base, as coming around to score will be Aaron Greenfield on that hard hit single by Will Carlone to tie things up at 2 apiece. we'll head into the bottom half of the fourth inning. As, again, we'll put up the lineup for you. As due up here will be Abner Benitez, Bryce Mortellaro, and Charlie Ciccone here on YouTube Live. As still on the mound for the Power is Emilio Flores.
Thinking back on the memories, all the things that you and me used to do, dancing late to country songs, staying up, yeah, all night long. It felt like we belonged. Now I must admit it, that I'm not ready to let you go.
After a quick break, we are ready to go. Abner Benitez stepping up to the plate, as he is one of the two guys that has RBIs tonight for Batavia. Chasing after that one is Aaron Greenfield. That's going to hit the green tent down the line. As Benitez now has an 0-1 count. And Benitez getting the start tonight in center field after not playing in the last game. That one bounces to the plate. So Benitez getting some more looks at center field. Just a tough position for him to get a lot of playing time at, due to the fact that Batavia has Blair Frederick and Trevor Dean that's played there, Christian Robinson, and Sterling Turman in the beginning of the year. It's a big change up there. Had Benitez way out in front. Trying to get the leadoff runner to strike out here is Flores, as that one's hit right at the left fielder, Aaron Green. So Batavia piecing together some good at-bats. This has not found the green grass in the outfield. So Benitez lines out to left field. That's good for him, trying to hit the ball the other way, an approach that him and Charlie Ciccone, some of those pull lefties, need to start kind of utilizing a little more. Trying to swing at the first pitch yet again. Bryce Mortellaro trying to hit that one down the left field line. Will get foul. It's also not caught. Again, if you're looking at the West Division standings, Jamestown in first place at 21-9. 2 losses in their last 3 games at the hands of the Niagara Power. Geneva now in second place. The Red Wings just kind of snuck up out of nowhere and utilized Batavia beating up on Elmira this past week, as they had a few wins over Auburn, and they've been a team that's hovered around 500 all season long, with a few rainouts to their advantage as well. Now they played 2 less games than Batavia. That one check swung. They're going to say that Bryce did go. And now there's 2 down. So with 2 outs, Charlie Ciccone going to create another 2-out opportunity for Batavia. Trying to switch up the mojo a little bit. New walk-up song for him. That one's popped up and hit over my head here in the press box. You know, a game that was supposed to start at 7 has not said anything yet. Jamestown and Geneva was supposed to happen tonight, so kind of rooting for Jamestown in that one, as if Batavia wins here tonight, Elmira getting the day off, Batavia can slide into the number 2 spot, as they would be 16-16 with more games played than Geneva, meaning that they would all be tied at 6 games back of first place. That one hit over. Casey Sauke ranges to make a long catch, as Batavia did a good job putting the ball in play a little bit there, but still nothing to show for it. So your score will be still knotted up at 2-2. Heading into the top of the 5th inning, we'll see Trey Bacon in his first full inning of work here. But in the meantime, we'll thank our next batch of sponsors, Alex's Place, Dr. Noah Hoy, and Tompkins Bank of Castile. At this time, we'd like to thank more of our sponsors. Noah Hoy Chiropractic. This game is sponsored by Dr. Noah Hoy, the official team chiropractor of the Batavia Muckdogs, located at 184 Washington Avenue in Batavia. For an appointment, please call 585-343-9316. Also, a big thanks to Alex's Place for the best ribs in the state, as well as Tompkins Bank of Castile. Tompkins Bank of Castile is a community bank that was founded back in 1869. They now have 15 offices in 6 counties across the Western New York region. Services include complete lines of consumer deposit accounts and loans, business accounts and loans, and leasing. In addition, insurance is offered through an affiliate company, Tompkins Insurance Agencies. Wealth management, trust, and investment services provided through Tompkins Financial Advisors. So a big thanks to Dr. Noah Hoy, Alex's Place, and Tompkins Bank of Castile. And again, big thanks to Dr. Noah Hoy, who's here before every game, getting our players right and ready to go before game time. Tompkins Bank of Castile, they also sponsor our starting lineups, as well as do a whole lot of other great things for us. And Alex's Place with the best ribs in the entire state. So Casey Sauke, that ball outside, called for a strike. He will be the first batter here in the top of the 5th inning. Popped up and going out of play into the Niagara Power bullpen there. So again, your out-of-town scoreboard here in the PGCBL. Only 2 games actually occurring right now. Not too sure with all the other games supposed to start at 7:05. Do believe that Jamestown and Geneva got rained out. That one's hit deep into center field. Racing back after it is Abner Benitez. He can't make the catch. That one's going to bounce off the wall. There's going to be a deep hit into center field. Stand-up double for Casey Sauke now. So an inning after Blair Frederick allows that leadoff double. Same thing happens here to Trey Bacon. That'll be the 5th hit for the Power. Batavia only has 2 hits so far in this one. But again, Geneva, Jamestown, no update with that. Newark and Auburn, no update there at Falcon Park, as well as the Albany Dutchmen and Oneonta Outlaws out east. And then the Saugerties Stallions with a 2-0 lead. Great curveball there. Trey Bacon really going to that curveball to start off. He's at bats. And Saugerties is beating the Glens Falls Dragons 2-0 in the top of the 6th inning. 1-0, again fouled off towards the Niagara dugout. So again, Alex Green did have a single, but then had himself in that little base running debacle. He just went off the base, even though he was safe, and he's going to get wrung out here on 3 pitches. Great location on that fastball by Trey Bacon.
Right fielder number 27, Nathan Manning.
Okay, Trey Bacon with not a lot of innings pitched, but has been out there for Batavia in a lot of big spots. Currently has an 0-1 record with a 5.7 ERA. Trying to lower that, as we've seen guys like Tyler Prospero started the season with a pretty high ERA in that same area, and with his past few appearances, he's now sitting at a 2.4 ERA. Was credited with that big win this past Saturday. The great game of baseball, the 2-0 win over the Elmira Pioneers. Prospero going 7 1/3. Carlos Rodriguez coming in for that long save opportunity. The 1-1 hit over to Ethan Fresca. He'll glove that on the backhand, gathers himself, and gets the out. Nice play there by Fresca. Advancing to third now will be Sauke. But more importantly, you got that second out, so now you don't have to worry about Sauke. You can just try to get the out at first base. So is Nate Manning grounded out there. It's time for the top of the order in Noah Marcello. One bounces to the plate. Nice play made by Bryce Mortellaro. Might have got some dirt in his eyes there. He was grimacing earlier, I think, for the same thing. Again, can't thank our head groundskeeper Larry Hale enough, as things were not looking pretty here at the stadium. As you can see, Skip Martinez just flushed his eye out. But the ground just really soft here today. Almost 2 straight days of constant rain on this infield. It needed the rain a week ago. You can see the grass a whole lot greener here, but just needed some sunlight to dry things out. However, we didn't really have more than 30 minutes of sunlight here all day. Very cloudy day in Batavia. So it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs to the power leadoff hitter. That's 0 for 1 today. Has scored after a walk. Again, nice block there by Mortellaro. That pitch home, tipped. So he was way out in front of that as well. So 2-2 count, trying to strand that runner. That would be the go-ahead run at third base. Allowed Sauke with that deep shot to center field. Stand-up double. Benitez got it in quickly. Trying to stop the bleeding. That one swung on, hit hard, and just foul down the left field line. So Batavia has not scored a run or gotten a hit since the first inning. Offense has been extremely quiet. Going down in order, 1, 2, 3 innings, and there is another backwards K for Trey Bacon to get out of the 5th inning here with the go-ahead run again on third base. Big strikeout there for Trey Bacon. Now it's time for the bats to start rolling, as the birthday boy Daniel Burraway will be the first up. Ethan Cerimento and Ethan Fresca will be the first 3 up. 8, 9, and 10 in the Muckdog order. However, these guys have been swinging hot bats as of late.
The leaves are freezing now.
Daniel Burway again, celebrating his 19th birthday. Starting things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Taking the first pitch ball, now seeing in the comments that it is confirmed that that Jamestown game has been rained out. Not surprised there. As it seemed like in the first month of the season, that bat was broke. Nice new Mo bat, snapped there. And now Burway looking for a new piece of lumber there. So he gets it. And again, first month of the season, it's really no rain. No rainouts. We're playing every day. Now that weather has kind of been a cause for concern. So we're heading down the stretch. Doesn't feel like there's enough time for all these games. And that was a concern for manager for the Power, Stu Peterson, that they didn't feel like they were going to have enough pitching with 2 doubleheaders this week. Whole lot of games to make up. He actually asked Joe Martinez if this game could be a 7-inning game. That play deep in the hole. Casey Sauke with a strong throw, but not being able to come up with it will be Ethan Payne. So that ball actually also got out of play. That's why Daniel Burway will be standing at second base. So the Muckdogs, first base runner since the bottom of the first inning. The second through the fourth, 9 guys up, 9 guys down. That will be an E6 on the throw. That'll be the Power's second error of the day.
Third baseman, Lieutenant Ethan Sarmiento.
Sarmiento now. He did line out to the center fielder, Noah Marcello. Excuse me, that was Ethan Fresca. He had that backwards K. Trying to bunt there. Not being able to get it down. So it's an 0-1 count here. And a great night for baseball. So happy to see so many people here in attendance on a perfect night for baseball. Low 70s, partly cloudy. The humidity's going down as well. Already coming way in on it as Ethan Payne's going to glove that. And he's going to just go try to get the out at first, and they're going to say that it was out. And I'm not sure if his foot was on the bag there. Trying to come all the way over with Scott Orgren. And Joe Martinez was coming out on the field because he said, you better be talking to the home plate umpire. I'm not sure if he stuck his foot on the first base back.
As while the umpires are discussing this,
Regardless, man on third in Daniel Burway.
Third base, a happy 19th birthday today. Happy birthday, Daniel.
Daniel Burway getting recognized here in the stoppage. And in the meantime, runner was called safe at first as well. So maybe that's the birthday boy's luck right there. Already on third base. This is the go-ahead run. Big spot here for Ethan Fresca. So we're going to say that that was a hit. Perfectly placed bunt. So Sarmiento, the first Ethan, now the second Ethan, Ethan Fresca. With 2 runners on the corners, nobody out. A opportunity for Batavia to take the lead and run with it. So 1-0 count here. Getting set is Flores. A right-hander is getting warm in the Power bullpen. When swung on, sawed off into shallow right field. Ball will be thrown in. As Nate Manning came way in to catch that one. So 1 out still. Scenario for Batavia that they can do something to work with. Just don't want to have that inning-ending double play up the middle. F9 for Fresca. And it will be the top of the order in Cam Connolly, who is 0 for 2 here tonight. He's going to put the bunt down. They're going to throw it down, and they're going to say that that foot was safe there for Sarmiento. Stealing that bag, pulling back. Now it's 2 runners in scoring position. That will eliminate the chance of the double play, so even a bigger spot for Cam Connolly here to do some damage. Doesn't have to worry about the inning-ending double play. Just go up there, swing away. Connolly, again, coming into the game, hitting .278, 22 hits with 7 extra base hits. He's actually tied for first in the PGCBL in triples with 3. Charlie Ciccone and Spencer Marcus on the Muckdogs are also tied with 3, so that is obviously an athletic stat with not many triples ever being hit, and having 3 guys on the same team with the league lead is definitely solid. Trying to get over 10 RBIs with a hit into the outfield here, sitting at 9 currently. Fouled back, just missing that one. 2-2 count. Spencer Marcus is the man due up next. Getting a Let's Go Muckdogs chant from the kids down the third base line that are ready for the Graham Corporation Kids Run. This count is still at 2-2. So the 2-2 count. That pitch home, swung on, hit on the ground. That's going to have 1 run score. A nice at-bat there for Cam Connolly, as Batavia is now going to go up 3-2. Smartly just putting the ball in play, and that's the big thing with that stolen base by Sarmiento, is that could have possibly ended the inning right there if Sarmiento was still standing at first base. Getting his 10th RBI will be Cam Connolly, as Batavia has regained the lead. So now Spencer Marcus try to have the league lead outright in RBIs. Prime opportunity here. Big swing and a miss. Finds himself down 0-2. He's going to have to clutch up here. It's Batavia trying to add to this lead here in the bottom of the 5th. Finally getting some guys on base, working some runners on. That one's hit off the leg of Flores, right back up the middle. He's going to try to make the throw, and Spencer Marcus is safe. Running down the line and making a great adjustment after being plunked in the right leg is Flores. Thank God that didn't hit him in a worse area. However, another run here for Batavia. They're now up 4-2. Bats are starting to roll now. That'll be RBI number 23 for Spencer Marcus. Scoring runs this inning are Daniel Burway and Ethan Sarmiento. So Mitch Fleming, 0 for 1 with the strikeout, a run scored, and a walk. They'll get in the hit column as well. Try to look over at Spence. He's already stole a base tonight, so I want to keep him as close as possible. First pitch in this at-bat to Mitch Fleming is swung through on a slider. Marcus will go back in motion, and fouling that one off his body is Fleming, and making his way back to first is Marcus. Now in an 0-2 count. Batavia already tacking on 2 more runs here in the inning. All started off with Burraway reaching on that E6 by Casey Sauke on the throw. Ball hit hard by Burraway, had to run and go get it. Turns around, throws the ball over to first, and just kind of airmailed it. 0-2 here to keep the inning alive. As the close play over there on the pickoff. Spencer Marcus got back. It's also the home run derby right now in Major League Baseball. Trying to keep tabs on that as well, as the second strikeout of the day for Mitch Fleming will retire the side. So Batavia again does regain the lead after giving it back up in the top of the first. You're going to see here the Graham Corporation kids run. All the kids, there's going to be a whole lot of them. Here at the end of the 5th, Trey Bacon still on the mound for Batavia now, as we are going to be back here shortly here on YouTube Live.
So grateful, got a new job and a pay raise. I can't wait to work at this place. I'll meet so many people, hold my future in my briefcase. The start of a whole new phase. It felt so nice to be respected. I'm the one that you befriended. Little did I know of your intentions. No way, I bet your girl's alone in bed now. She don't know you wrote me letters. Might send them all to her. Cheers to whom it may concern. FYI, if you drop another pickup line, you gon' join the unemployment line. Gonna get a good ride. FYI, your position will not help this time. All the girls you hit on 9 to 5. Gonna get a good ride. I can be grateful, cause my mental health was wrecking from all of your thirsty looks. Photos in my DMs, oh my god, I can't see them. You never know what I'm going through. It felt so nice to be respected. I'm the one that you befriended. Little did I know of your intentions. No way, I bet your girl's alone in bed now. She don't know you wrote me letters.
And again, putting up the calendar for you guys for this upcoming week, as getting the first pitch strike is Trey Bacon. A whole lot of great events here at the stadium. Hitting that one into play is Greenfield, and a nice strong throw by Sarmiento at third. With tonight being Dollar Dog Night, obviously a lot of people here in attendance for that great promo. The next home game for Batavia on Thursday for Stop DWI night against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks, a team that Batavia has not played in the past 2.5 weeks. Watching that one is Belsano for strike one. Away Friday at Elmira yet again, which will translate into a big fireworks show on Saturday against the Newark Pilots. That one right down the line. Making the catch deep out there in right is Spencer Marcus. So 2 down here, is starting to find his stride is Trey Bacon. Scott Orgren, after the first 2 men here in the top of the 6th are retired. One misses. And then lastly, on Sunday, probably the biggest event of the week, 7-1-6 night at the ballpark against the Elmira Pioneers for a 4:05 start. Already have a lot of things in store. Actually just went to KeyBank Center where the Buffalo Sabres play today. Picked up some autographed items from the team that will be here and will be raffled off. So definitely if you're a big hockey fan in the area, a bunch of stuff. Sticks signed by Sam Reinhart, some signed photos, pucks, mini helmets by Casey Middlestat. So definitely a cool event. We're working on some more things to occur that night as well. And after the game is complete, the local Battle of the Badges matchup between the fire department and our local police department. They've been practicing for a few weeks now. When we met with them a few weeks ago to discuss more of the specifics of the event, it was very cool how excited they were. And the count will stay full here to Scott Orgren. Big week for Batavia to try to get back into the standings. Again, if they hold on to this lead here tonight, they'd be in second place. And if Trey Bacon keeps pitching like that, it's going to be very easy for them to ride into the latter half of the game with the lead. So we'll head into the bottom of the sixth inning, as it'll be Jerry Reinhart, Abner Benitez, and Bryce Mortellaro, 4, 5, and 6 in the Batavia order. Due up first here in the bottom of the sixth, as I do believe that we will have a new pitcher here. So we'll get the name of him, do a little bit more research, and we'll be back here shortly here on YouTube Live. You're watching Batavia Muckdog Baseball. So the man on the mound for the Niagara Power will be Jack Schlottman. Schlottman coming in for relief for Emilio Flores. getting strike one against Jerry Reinhardt, the cleanup hitter for Batavia. A little more on Schlottman, 12 appearances already this season. That is the most on to Power staff. They're going to appeal that one. Reinhardt did not go. Pitching 19 innings, allowing 19 hits, 7 earned runs, 20 strikeouts for a 3.31 ERA. Schlottman is a pitcher at Grossmont College. Swing and miss there against Reinhardt from Spring Valley, California, going into his junior year at Grossmont. Again, if you're also trying to multitask like myself, watching the home run derby in the first round, upset with Trey Mancini beating Matt Olson, and then Joey Gallo just looked like he ran out of gas against Trevor Story. So with the event being held at Coors Field, Colorado Rocky will move into the next round with the matchup with Pete Alonso up next and Shohei Ohtani, the anomaly in Major League Baseball. He'll be up last. So full count here to Reinhardt, choking up a little bit. 2-strike approach. Pitch by Schlottman outside, and the leadoff walk here for Jerry. So Abner Benitez steps in with a man on first base. Again, the only other game that's happening tonight in the PGCBL, Saugerties is up 2-1 against the Glens Falls Dragons, who have the worst record in the PGCBL in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch to Benitez, outside corner, called for a strike. Benitez with a .291 average coming into today. Hitting 0 for 1 with a RBI sac fly back in the first. 4-2 is your score. Batavia only has 4 hits in this one. Niagara actually has more, but with that shot out to center field, you'd wish that could get over his head, as Benitez with some hard contact, nothing to show for it. It's kind of been, the case all night long for Batavia. So Benitez with his second line out of the day, already lined out to Aaron Green in left field, or Alex Green, excuse me. So here is Bryce Mortellaro, had that RBI single that just squeaked through the middle infield. That one looked like it was a strike, however, upstairs for a ball. Bryce has also struck out here tonight. Let's see, with Reinhardt, a huge lead over there at first. Does have some sneaky speed that you wouldn't really anticipate, I guess you could say. Has not translated to too many stolen bases, only 2 on the season. Way upstairs, makes it a 3-0 count. And again, if you're also watching the home run derby, all the players participating with the number 44 on their jerseys, commemorating the life of great Hank Aaron. There's the first strike. Matt Olson lost to Trey Mancini by 1. Joey Gallo also lost by 1 to Trevor Story. That one misses, and back-to-back walks. So Schlottman comes in, and 2 men are on with just 1 out.
Shortstop, number 5, Charlie Ciccone.
Charlie Ciccone, the sweet swinging lefty, already with a hit tonight. Let's get an RBI here as well. Hitting .269 coming into the game. already that was his 30th hit. 5 doubles, 15 RBIs. That will be in there for a strike. Already has 8 walks on the season. Taking his time is Schlotman. That one home, bounces. Nice block by Belsano. And Pete Alonso is putting on a hitting display right now, like 500-foot home runs. We have the 1-1-1 on the scoreboard. That pitch home, runs in on Ciccone. He will not be tempted at it on the check swing. Pitch outside corner, and he must have just missed. So it's a 3-1. Big hitters count here for Charlie. Takes a quick look at Reinhardt. Secondary lead. That one runs inside, but nice pitch on the corner. Schlotman gets the sign. He gets set. The payoff pitch home. Swung high and hit out of play. Again, a pretty sky. You have some colors up towards center field. Pretty good on camera. What was a pretty gloomy day here. A lot of clouds early on. Not much sun. We had the sun peeking through in the beginning of the game, and time for Batavia to break this one open as bases are loaded, 1 out, and 3 runners have reached after drawing walks.
Left fielder, number 34, Daniel Burroway.
Reinhardt started the inning with a walk. Mortellaro had one of his own, and Charlie Ciccone just worked the count and got on 2. And perfect time here for Daniel Burroway on his birthday. And actually, Oneonta and Utica are playing right now. Just no stats. Coming into the day was supposed to be Albany, but it's Utica now. That one's hit, and it trickles into the outfield. 1 run scores. Being waved around will be Bryce Mortellaro. That one will be cut off, and there is a 2 RBI single for Daniel Burroway. Make the score 6-2. Burroway with that one. That will be his 20th hit of the season and 16th RBI. And happy birthday, Danny Burroway. And Sarmiento, as Reinhardt and Mortellaro come around to score. Batavia has done this all year. They just score their runs in pairs. 2 runs in the first, 2 more last inning in the 5th, and 2 so far here in the 6th. That one, well, breaks the curse of the 2 runs each inning because that one got to the backstop, and your score is now 7-2. His way to second will be Burroway. 2-0 count to Sarmiento. Taking his time, Schlottman in his first inning pitch here tonight has only registered 1 out, 3 runs on the scoreboard. Pitch outside corner. Nice. Very nice pitch there. Getting set yet again. Nope, it was right. It's Albany and Oneonta playing. Albany trails the Outlaws 4-1 through 6 innings of ball. 2-2 count after the foul ball. Burraway at second base. Batavia already out to a commanding 7-2 lead. This pitch home. Swung on, hit foul. Trying to wait on it, just waited a little too long with Sarmiento. Sarmiento, Fresca, then the top of the Muckdog order yet again. 2-2, outside corner, and the second time here today, Sarmiento called out on strikes. One time way inside, this time way outside.
Second base number 26, Ethan Fresca.
Two down now. Still at second is Burraway. Batavia has won their past 2 matchups against Niagara with a 5-3 record against Niagara. If they win this one, they get closer to 500 here at home. Currently sit at 7-9 at Dwyer Stadium. A record that early on was 1-5 and slowly working their way back. 8-7 on the road. The power on the road 6-7 compared to 7-10 at home at Sam Magley. Curveball runs in on the inside corner for ball 2. Bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs, 2-0 count here for Ethan Fresca with a man on. Batavia's already tacked on 3 more runs here in the 6th. So they're taking a few innings off. Scored 2 in the first. And then 9 straight batters were retired from the 2nd through the 4th innings, respectively. Since then, it's been all Muckdogs. The 3-0. Watch that. Strike right down the middle. Some words of encouragement over there at third, Joe Martinez. And that one also a strike. So coming back here is Schlottman. That one put into play. Schlottman with a nice grab, and he's just going to throw it over himself as this nightmare inning for Niagara is finally over. Batavia making it a pretty wide deficit now as we will head into the 7th inning. 7-2 is your score, and at this time we'd like to thank our last little group of sponsors, Restore, New York 529 College Savings Program, and UMMC. And a quick shout out to our last 3 sponsors here on today's broadcast: United Memorial Medical Center, New York 529 College Savings, and Restore. Restore provides crisis intervention and support services to survivors of sexual assault and to their loved ones. Trained advocates are available 24/7, helping you make informed choices concerning medical, legal, and counseling needs while offering advocacy and information about your rights. Visit RestoreSAS.org for more information. You can reach Restore 24/7 at their confidential hotline at 1-585-527-1757. Restore means trust. Restore means empowerment. Restore means healing. Restore is here no matter what. So we are back here on YouTube Live. Again, a big thanks to Restore New York 529 College Savings and UMMC. Do a lot of great work here in our community. Restore was actually the last batch of sponsors to come on and be a part of the Batavia Muckdog family, and we're so glad to have them with us. So, again, big thanks to all three of them, as well as Ficarella's Pizza, Alex's Place, Eli Fish Brewing Company, Batavia Downs Gaming, as well as Dr. Noah Hoy. 1-1 count. Trey Bacon still on the mound as he will face Will Carlone, Ethan Payne, and Casey Sauke. That one's popped up off to the right side and originally running over Mitch Fleming, but he will quickly realize that that one's going to get out of play. So in the bottom of the sixth inning, if you're just joining us, Batavia put 3 more runs on the scoreboard, and there is strike 3 called, and not happy with that decision is Will Carlone. Nevertheless, Trey Bacon having, I believe, his best outing of the season so far in this one. Striking out his last 2 batters already. That is his 5th strikeout. Strike 1 to Ethan Payne. Again, the idea with Batavia now is they have a year under their belt, getting a lot more recognition, not just here in the PGCBL, but from college programs nationwide. It's something that I've been working on, the coaching staff will be working on too, is just to continue to grow our brand, and it'll help us bring some guys like Ethan Payne from a school like Tennessee in the SEC. Because currently, I think that shows with how great of coaches and how great of players these guys are. Even though they don't have, the biggest name schools in the country, it just shows that regardless of where you play at, can still be great players. And a guy from Tallahassee Community College, I kept a strikeout there the whole time and must have known that he was going to get one. There's 3 strikeouts in a row now for Trey Bacon. But again, it's just great to see, and it really makes you understand that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what school you go to, if they're ranked first in Division I or if you're like Blair Frederick and you're in the NAIA and you're ranked at the #1 school in the country. At the end of the day, all these guys had the same dream, and getting to the next level and hearing their name called in the next draft, as you never know, with tomorrow being another opportunity to hear some guys' names here in the PGCBL. Seen a lot of former guys in the league out east with teams like Glens Falls and the Amsterdam Mohawks, as well as the Elmira Pioneers, having some selections in the draft. We'd love to have some of our guys, even though we don't have a history with this just being our first year in the league. It would be pretty cool to have that in our first year. Even if they're not in the draft, still can be picked up as a free agent. That's something that is absolutely in play to occur. Full count here to Casey Sauke. 1 for 2 with a double. trying to strike out the side. Here's Trey Bacon with the payoff. That one misses low. Coming into the day, hitting .205. Was always a great hitter in high school, but with that translating over into wooden bat and facing college competition, times of justice take a little bit of time. Get used to the style of play and things of that nature. Big swing and miss there by his Cavalier teammate Alex Green. Bacon sets, deals. Another fastball that came in and jammed Green. So it will be 0-2. A lot of room to work with here if you're Trey Bacon. Alrighty, established that fastball. Might be time for a breaker here. Big swing and a miss. That will be, if Bryce Mortellaro can make the throw, he does with a bullet. And that will end the inning. So striking out 3 batters there is Trey Bacon. He's hitting his groove here in this one, his best appearance of the season. It's time to stretch here at Dwyer Stadium. So we will be back here shortly on YouTube Live with more coverage in the bottom half of the inning. We'll put the lineup back up as it will be Cam Connolly to start things off for Batavia.
Way in the overgrowth, it must be shown. She's waiting for you. Deep in the jungle, there's an animal who can't be lied to. She's coming for you, she's coming for you. Don't resist, got nothing to lose, nothing to lose. What's to miss? She's coming for you, she's coming for you. Don't resist, got nothing to lose, nothing to lose. Hey, get out of your head. Don't run from the fear of your expectations. Hey, get out of your head. Don't run from the fear of your Now the truth is told, let life unfold, the page to your soul. Run with the animal, it'll take you home to where you belong. She's coming for you, she's coming for you. Don't resist, got nothing to lose, nothing to lose. She's coming for you, she's coming for you. Don't resist, got nothing to lose. Get out of your head.
Hopefully you had a great stretch. Our PA announcer Paul Spiata saying, "Take me out to the ball game" here at Dwyer Stadium. Always a great time. As beautiful night sky here as well. New pitcher in the game as Schlottman's appearance cut just a little short. A.J. Kinney, the left-hander, comes into this one as he pitches at Fredonia. He is a Niagara Falls native, so a little bit of hometown flair on this power team as well. Again, also getting word from my good friend Patrick Tuca that 14 players were drafted today in the MLB First Player Draft that used to play or currently play in the PGCBL. So that's great notoriety for the league. And hopefully that number continues to grow tomorrow. 2-0 count, the side armor. Check swing, they appeal. Cam Connolly did not go. So Connolly trying to reach for the first time here tonight. So he is grounded out twice. Does have an RBI under his belt. 3-0, misses low, and the 4-pitch walk to the first batter that he faces. So this power bullpen running into some trouble right out of the gates. So here is the number 2 hitter, Spencer Marcus. Has been a thorn in the side of the power all year. RBI single, hit by pitch, stolen base, run scored, you name it, he's done it. Cam Connolly takes his lead. That pitch home way upstairs. 5 straight balls. Still looking for his first strike. Here is Kinney. Again, we'll give you Kinney's stat line after the 1-0. That one runs in there for the first strike of his outing. Kinney so far only has 1 appearance with 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. Good for him to get some more innings under his belt. Again, not too many D3 guys on this roster. Big hack by Marcus. And trying to make the athletic catch there is Kinney. That was an errant throw by Belsano. We'll face just a bunch of right-handers until the number 5 man, Abner Benitez, strike him out, and they will not get the, oh, whoa. Not sure what happened there with Cam Connolly. Calls time. I hope he's okay. Cleat might have just got stuck in the ground. He's taken a second to collect himself, and he's safe at second as the ball was almost laying underneath him, and actually he will be called out.
First baseman number 36, Nick Fleming.
Well, that was quite interesting. I don't think he got the tag down, but he might have sat on the ball. So Connolly saying he's okay. To strike him out, throw him out does happen, so that's a bright spot if you're Niagara. Here's a guy that's also looking for his first hit. Mitch Fleming, he's way early on that one, pops it way up. Belsano's trying to catch that one, and that probably would have hit me right in the head if there was no metal awning here. So Marcus strikes out. He's 1 for 3 now. Connolly out on the bases. Bottom of the 7th inning. Batavia up in this one 7-2. Big hack yet again, foul tipped. You can just tell his uppercut swing right now just does not really correlate with the side arm angle from Kinney. As you really have to hit the ball perfectly with a swing like that as the ball's coming in. Tough to do. 0-2 at his feet. That bounce to the plate. Mitch Fleming, then Jerry Reinhardt. Batavia trying to win tonight's game to get back to 500. And hopefully with their next game on Wednesday against the Payos, They've had success already, and there is a strikeout for Mitch Fleming. So that'll be his third of the game. 7 innings up and down here at Dwyer Stadium. Niagara still trying to get back in this one. Not too late, but Trey Bacon grooving. He's going to try to go as far as he can in tonight's game for Batavia to help out that bullpen a little bit. So Trey Bacon will take a few warm-up pitches. We'll put on some music for you and be back in just a second here on YouTube Live.
Still feel the burning, though the fire has long gone out. Finding my journey, searching ruins all around.
And leading off for the Power in the top of the 8th inning will be the number 9 hitter, Nate Manning. It'll be Manning, Marcello, and Greenfield. Both of these teams locked up at 5 hits apiece. You wouldn't think that with the runs on the scoreboard, but that's just been the name of the game. Batavia getting on, utilizing their chances with some of the errors that have occurred for the Power, as well as getting runners on via the walk. And it's worked out for them, as you can see. That one hit on the ground. Mitch Fleming tries to glove that one. Hits out right in front of him. And Fresca tries to underhand toss that one. Just couldn't get a hold on it. So Manning will get on. It's going to be an E3 by Mitch Fleming. Both teams now tied at 2 errors apiece.
Center fielder number 19, Noah Marcello.
So the last time that Batavia had an error turned out to be, a kickstart for the Power offense, as they scored their only run in the first inning off that. And, very close there. Nice pickoff move. Sorry that was not in sight. Bacon also showing that he has a good move. When popped up off to the right side, Fleming with a chance to redeem himself, and he does with that catch.
Third baseman number 1, Aaron Greenfield.
As Marcello pops up in foul ground, Aaron Greenfield, who already has a double, scored a run. Looking to do the same thing right here. That one way up in it. Batavia trying to go 6-3 against the Power. Play again next week. A good record against them. They've had Elmira's numbered, the 2 teams that they played the most. Next home game will be against the Jamestown Tarp Skunks on Thursday, and that's still a team that Batavia has yet to beat this year. Lost so many one-run games against them. Great battles both here at Dwyer Stadium early on in the season. Lost that one 12-10. Since then, they've lost 4-3, 2-1 at Russell E. Dietrich Park. Have also gotten blown out by the Tarp Skunks at Jamestown in their last matchup. But it is feasible as Niagara, they beat them 2 times this past weekend. That one's hit over to Sakowny. Sakowny's just going to step on it himself, and a strong throw over. That's the inning-ending double play. Sakowny does it himself, and a great play there by the Wisconsin Stout shortstop. It's time to take a break here in the middle of the 8th inning. But before we go, thanking all of our sponsors yet again for the last time here tonight. Eli Fish Brewing Company, Ficarella's Pizza, Batavia Downs Gaming, Tompkins Bank of Castile, Alex's Place, Dr. Noah Hoy, UMMC, New York 529 College Savings, and Restore.
There are times when I doubt the path I'm on right now. Then I think all about the time I spent, the sacrificing of vows. I know these dreams are never fading away. Oh no, I'll reach the galaxy far away. And the road is long, and it will be so tough. But no, these dreams are never fading away. Oh no, you know what I mean, won't fade away.
We are back here with more Batavia Muckdog baseball here on YouTube Live. AJ Kinney still on the bump for Niagara. Jerry Reinhardt going into his 3rd at-bat of the night. Still looking for his first hit, but has reached twice here tonight after an E5 and a 4-pitch walk. As Kinney came in last inning, stranding a runner on second base. And this would be Batavia's last ups here in this one, if they maintain that lead in the top of the 9th. Breaking ball called for a strike. Nice pitch by Kinney. We'll actually have a pinch hitter on deck in Christian Robinson, who's been nursing some shoulder problems after jamming it against Elmira, sliding into third base. Tried to avoid the tag and tried to just reach around, and when he grabbed the base, just jammed his shoulder back. We hope to see him back out there and healthy because he is just such a fun player to watch. 2-1, swung on, hit hard, and that one's caught in the air by Aaron Greenfield, 5-hole. So here's the man I was just alluding to, Christian Robinson. Hasn't had an AB in a while. So that arm must be feeling a little bit better.
Number 2, Christian Robinson. Robinson now batting for your Muckdog.
That one misses low. Coming into this at-bat for Robinson. Hitting a little over 125, just 24 at-bats. Again, he's dealt with some injury problems as that one's fouled off to the right side. looking for his 4th hit of the season right here. He's already scored 5 runs, a lot of them in pinch run opportunities, and he's been walked 5 times. He's another guy like Sarmiento, and great breaking ball outside corner. Kinney's had that 2 times now here tonight. Sarmiento and Fresca and Burraway, all those guys at the bottom of the order, they had to work on their swings and change some parts of it. So has Robinson, just really trying to level out that swing, take out a slight hitch that he had in his load. And once he does that, he is going to be a very deadly hitter. Some things just take a little bit of time, some growing pains, and in the end, it's all going to work out. 2-2 count. Robinson held back on that last one. This pitch home, inside corner, and they're going to ring him out. So backwards K for Christian Robinson. Bryce Mortalaro's going to stay in the game here. Try to get his 2nd hit of the ball game. Bryce has scored a run, has an RBI. It's a good day at the plate for the Muckdogs catcher. Maybe it's that new Mo bat that had some holy water sprinkled on it from Mr. Mozicki. This pitch home, swung on, popped up in the air. Chasing after it will be the middle infielders. Calling it off will be Casey Sauke. Kind of ran over that one, but ends up making the catch. So this game continues to speed along, as started back at 7:12, 7:36 right now. So pretty quick one here tonight. Batavia up 7-2 heading into the top of the 9th inning. See who the man on the mound will be. Not sure if it'll still be Trey Bacon or if they're going to go with somebody else. But we'll keep you posted. We'll be back here shortly with Batavia trying to keep things, and it might be Charlie Ciccone. And it will be Charlie Ciccone, as he's had already 1 inning pitch this year and didn't even allow a base runner. So let's see what Charlie Ciccone can do here in the top of the 9th inning. And we are back here on YouTube Live as the Batavia Muckdog shortstop in Charlie Ciccone is on the mound for the 2nd time this season. Did have an inning of relief back in a exhibition-friendly game because he does not have any registered stats here in PGCBL play. But when he was out on the mound, mowed down the opposition with 2 strikeouts to his credit. One misses low. Charlie, as you can see with that one, you see all the time with his throws across the diamond. He has an absolute cannon of an arm. and if he will play at the next level. We're waiting to see what happens with the draft tomorrow, if he could possibly be signed as a free agent. Maybe we'll see him in the future on the mound instead of at short. So that one's inside-out swing. Spencer Marcus takes a few steps in, and there's the first out. Nice contact there by Belsano. So Scott Orgren is up here. Carlos Rodriguez this past weekend was actually working with Charlie with some mechanic things and also teaching him how to throw a nasty changeup, as in his first start, really the only thing he was throwing was just a fastball, and it was still working for him. If a guy's naturally throwing over 90 with no real pitching expertise, and that one's also called a strike inside corner. He's not getting those reps as a pitcher, and he's still doing well. It's very impressive stuff. So it's an 0-2 count. The pitch home from Ciccone, and there's his first strikeout. Just blew that by Scott Orgren. 1 out remaining here in this one, as Batavia has a commanding 5-run lead. Hasn't really felt close all game. Just been one of those days for Batavia, trying to have their 3rd straight win against the Power and get back to 500, and hopefully next game get over that 500 mark, because the last time they were over 500, it was back in their first game of the season in a win against the Pios, a 7-0 win at Dunn Field. A team that they will be playing in their next game on Wednesday. Down to their final strike. Here is the DH, Will Carlone. He's 1 for 3 coming into this AB. Trying to shut the door is Charlie Ciccone. The pitch home, swung on and missed. Charlie Ciccone loses his hat, but that's a Muckdog win. As Batavia stays hot, this Cinderella season for the Muckdogs in their first year of PGCBL play continues to trend in the right direction here in the final month of play, as they will now have a 6-3 record against the Power. Again, currently now sitting at 16-16. They'll be in second place in the West Division. That's a great feeling if you're in that Muckdog clubhouse, especially if you're Skip Martinez and assistant coach Tony Brewington. So again, we'll be off tomorrow, so no baseball. You won't hear me here on YouTube Live, but we will be back with coverage at Dunn Field on Wednesday. We'll be back home here on Thursday for a Stop DWI night at the stadium this upcoming Thursday. With all that being said, it's been a great night of baseball. I'm glad that I could bring you some coverage here tonight. As always in the booth, I'm Griffin Della Penna. Please have a great night, and go Dogs.